Hello again, this is Alex with MasterChartsTrading.com, and this is market recap for Friday, September 11th, 2020. As always, please hit the like button, subscribe to this channel, and share this video with others. So S&P 500 pulls back from record highs, and I'll show you what I mean by closed below first support. If you're familiar with my trading indicators from MasterChartsTrading.com, then you will know that this means green line. I'll show you what I mean. NASDAQ is finally doing some sort of a meaningful correcting. I wouldn't be surprised if we see another 6% down for the NASDAQ, but I think at that point it would be a very strong buying opportunity. Apple is leading QQQ lower. I mean, Apple is a huge part of QQQ, so it makes sense. But overall, the bull market is intact. So even if we see a significant more downward pressure for stocks, I think still we will see the bull market still continues. We'll revisit 3 trades: FedEx, McDonald's, and Nike. All are at records. So today's presentation is more about finding silver lining in the negative situation. So we're seeing a pullback, but I'm seeing actually quite a bit of strength still. Junk debt is sort of indecisive, but I think it's still in the bull market as well. I did open a new position in treasuries, and that I think is because the market is experiencing more fear, so I'll show you what I mean. We'll go into more details for Forex. Dollar is at resistance. We'll look at Euro and British Pound, and if dollar comes under more if dollar rather gains more, gold and silver will come under pressure. And we'll finish off with Bitcoin, which I think may need to correct some more. Okay, so first of all, I wanted to show that these lines, the green, blue, red, and yellow lines on this chart, are proprietary indicators from MasterChartsTrading.com. You can also go to Everyone Can Trade, so you can go everyonecantrade.com. It will take you to the same place. So I have 3 products right now, or rather I have 4 products, but one of them is now included in the newsletter. So we have a screener, and you can screen the stocks and find the ones that are actually doing something like this, closing above the blue line where I'm hovering. So this is a kind of like a new breakout. So these indicators are also available for you. So trading indicators. I can share this green, blue, red, and yellow lines on your chart. I can share them with you, so you can trade pretty much any stock. All you gotta do is sign up at MasterCharts Trading, and we'll go from there. Okay, so first of all, the prominent feature of this chart, this is S&P 500 futures, is of course the all-time highs, the most important thing here. It's a significant move, so we can see that breakout occurred here on April 29th. Actually, that's when I started buying as well, and that's when I started buying into my retirement accounts. So right now we see a move towards all-time highs, and now a close below the green line. So for me, this is a close below first support, so like a break of first support. Now the green line, the first support, is not terribly first of all, what are these lines? Number one, they're mathematically calculated. I didn't draw them in. They're actually programmed in, and then there is a mathematical formula that calculates them for you. So what they do is they represent support and resistance. And when I see a stock breaking out above the resistance, in this case blue line, that's when I buy it. And it's been working wonderful. I've been trading this way since 2016-17 actually. So it's been wonderful, and I've been profitable every single year. So close below the green line, this is a first breakdown. I had my retirement portfolio was as high as 70% stocks, 10% junk bonds. Now I just basically cut them in half. So I got 35% stocks, 5% junk bonds, 60% cash. So I'm basically preserving profits. If the S&P continues lower, then at this point I will exit completely. If it hits 3057, the blue line. Will it happen? We don't know. But what I do know is if it gets to the blue line, I will exit, and then I will actually look for another opportunity. But the reason why I'm going to be exiting is because I do not want to have a losing transaction. I bought at 2935 and I want to preserve my profits. I already sold half, so it's very difficult for me to lose money at this point. Let's look at QQQ, so the NASDAQ 100 ETF. Back in April of this year, we started buying. There's the breakout on 14th of April. Pretty straightforward. You can't really miss it. If you have these lines on your chart, the MasterCharts trading indicators, then it's so obvious. That's what I like about my trading system, is that it's really no-brainer. So alert was sent here on 14th of April, good for 43% gain. So for an ETF, this is a very large gain. Obviously, it was driven partially by Apple. I'll show you Apple in a second. But overall, the important thing, again, the main feature of this chart is the all-time record highs, and now a pullback. So broken support once again, green line, first. Weak support. I call it weak support. You can notice that before, for example, here on 27th of May, another opportunity on 12th of June, another opportunity on 24th of July. It's when this stock came up above the green line and then pulled back towards it. But you can see that people started buying them immediately. In this case, what we're seeing is that we're not seeing immediate buying at the first support. So my best guess is that we're going to continue lower to about 251 and this is where I'm getting my another 6 or 7% down or so. We'll see at this point if it continues lower, and then once, or if it even gets to the blue line, we'll see if we want to be buying it. We'll need to look for a good price pattern. Basically, what I'm looking for is a low below the blue line, in this case 251, and then a close above it. As I mentioned, Apple is a big part of NASDAQ 100 ETF, QQQ. Apple also was on our radar here on 8th of April. This is an actual alert for my subscribers at MasterCharts Trading. Good for 102% profit, and also the stock split. So but overall it makes no difference because they cut the price once they stock split. So important on this chart, of course, is the all-time record high. Now we're pulled back about 20% from all-time record highs. It's normal, it's not abnormal. What would be abnormal is for this to continue indefinitely. Now we're actually seeing normal, healthy pullback. So let's watch for a pullback towards 106, and that would be a good opportunity to start thinking about buying. Again, I'm looking for a low below the blue and a close above the blue. In this case, 106.17 at this point. Another very nice trade I wanted to revisit, FedEx. So I few weeks ago, I think on 10th of August, I mentioned it was about 39% high, up from our entry, from our alert here on the 8th of June. Now it's 56%. So, yes, we're seeing, a pullback, but overall, I don't think the bull market has ended. I still think that we will see new highs from here on. So we just need to be a little bit patient. There's going to be some weakness, I think, for few weeks to a few, we don't know, and then we'll most likely start making new highs. So FedEx, again, wonderful, just very simple trade, and it's clear, that I would be buying here on 8th of June. It's really very obvious. So we actually went ahead and bought it here, sent an alert out. Notice that a few days later it gapped in our favor, and this is basically all we needed to do. Is we needed at this point to advance our stop. Our stop was back on the yellow line before, so we advanced our stop to entry, or to actually to the blue line itself, and then the stock continued higher, and we're trailing at the blue line. Now I would be taking profits all along here, so if it all of a sudden collapses, at least we'll have either a break even or even a profit. So at this point it's very difficult to lose money on this transaction. It's not impossible, but it's quite difficult to lose money. Another very nice trade, and once again I'm looking for examples of continuation of a bull market. I am not looking for any kind of trend change into a bear market. There's just not enough evidence of that yet. So McDonald's, multiple alerts. Latest one on the 6th of July, good for over 17% gain. So once again, this is all-time record highs. And again, very simple, straightforward trading. We buy on close above the blue, put our initial target, couple of average true ranges, so ATR, average true range, away from entry, and then initial stop is at the yellow line. Once the target is reached, we advance our stop. Very easy. And another very nice trade I want to highlight. Here's Nike. So Nike was a good opportunity as far back as 17th of April, and then we get a couple of more opportunities here, actual alerts, 29th of April, another one on 12th of May. Overall, very straightforward, very nice, easy trade, 32% gain. I would still be trailing it higher. I would have probably taken profits along the way already, but still, this is a all-time record high, if I'm not mistaken. So this is a very positive development. The more record highs, the better, I think, in general. Yes, it's overbought, quote-unquote overbought, but that does not mean it's weak. Overbought means very strong. Okay, junk bonds. So junk bonds didn't really do much this week, kind of basically traded sideways. Overall, now I did sell half of my position from the retirement portfolio, so I'm gonna mark it. Junk bonds are being supported by Federal Reserve, so we are buying them. We're not looking to short them at all. Junk bonds and stocks correlate highly to one another. In other words, they move in lockstep with one another. So, junk bonds, I did cut my position in half, like I said, so it's just to represent the fact that I have profits, because I bought it way back in 22nd of May. So I locked in the profits, and then I'm going to close the remainder if it closes below the blue line. I don't see it happening yet, but then again, anything is possible. So overall, junk bonds and stocks correlate highly, so we want to be buying them to, either buying them or selling them together with stocks. In this case, we want to be buying them. TLT treasuries. So treasuries are more of a defensive asset class, and I'm seeing some defensiveness increase in the markets, so I went ahead and I expressed that defensiveness as well, and I bought TLT at here at 163.23. I bought it yesterday. So let's just wait before here's opportunity on the 2nd of June. The target was reached. I closed it already at profit. So let's see if it goes to new records. It's possible. TLT is not far away from new records. If it goes to new records, then mortgage rates will just collapse basically, and that might benefit real estate as well. Okay, let's move on to Forex. Here's DXY dollar index. So 52-week close on the 1st of September. I said that this is getting overextended, because you can see a huge move from the 30th of June into the August and September and new lows. And notice where it's bumped it right back into the resistance signified by the yellow line here. MasterCharts Trading price action indicators. I honestly don't think it's done yet. I think we may see more upside potential for the dollar index. If it gets to the red line, that would be a great opportunity to sell it, like we did before in June here. So here's euro versus US dollar, basically opposite of DXY. Huge 806 pips gain from 19th of June alert. Beautiful. Right now I think it's still over, quote-unquote, overbought. I think dollar will gain, and I think euro versus US dollar will continue moving towards the blue line at 1.149. That would of course put a downward pressure on the gold and silver, which I'll get to in a second. But let me show you British pound first. So GBP USD, here's a couple of alerts, one on 21st of July, another one on the 9th of June. Now the 9th of June alert, again, I would have held it open through this drawdown into June, because my stop would have been at the red line, and it didn't get there. So another alert here on the 21st of July that actually went to a huge target of 740 pips. Again, congratulations. What we're seeing right now is a kind of healthy looking pullback, and it's getting to the support, strong support here at the blue line. Let's see if it holds here. And here's gold versus US dollar, XAUUSD. Nothing really happened, basically trading sideways. But if dollar gains, so you can see XAU over USD, if dollar gets bigger in this equation, then this currency pair will get pulled lower. Here is XAUUSD, gold, silver versus US dollar. So I still think that we haven't worked off the overbought conditions. I think we will need to correct more to the blue line area, 2285 right now. And Bitcoin, so this a lot of cryptos under pressure right now. Bitcoin, you can see this big candle on the 3rd of September, and I think it's still not yet worked off. I think we will see a trip towards the blue line at 92.50, and then if it kind of holds there, maybe it's going to be a good opportunity to buy. All right, so let me show you how to find me on the internet. So first of all, go to MasterChartsTrading.com. You can also go to everyonecantrade.com. It will go to the same place. So we actually have 3 packages, but 4 services, because we have a new service called Stock Screener, but it's now included in the newsletter. So all of my services have a 30-day free trial. The newsletter is basically things like FedEx. So I would send an alert like this on the 8th of June, and you will have an opportunity to get in at the price, pretty good price. So this is the kind of things that I send out. These are called alerts. So alerts. I send out alerts on various stocks I follow. I follow about 150 securities, about 60 ETFs, and about 90 or so stocks. Now, I will be separating this speculative small cap stocks and just in general speculative plays. It will be also part of this newsletter, but I don't want to overwhelm people because these are a little bit more volatile. So if you're interested in more speculative plays, I'll have like a separate sign-on, but the price will be the same. The same price, $29.95. Now, if you want to trade in indicators, and I highly recommend you get them because it's just so easy to trade. I'm talking about this green, blue, red, and yellow lines. You can have them on TradingView.com, and you only need a free TradingView.com account. Once you sign up, send me your user ID from TradingView.com, and then I'll send you the indicators. I'll open the door for you, and you can trade on your own. You can have the same lines on your chart. So those are the trading indicators. And of course, the ultimate package includes everything that I offer, including the stock screener, and I think it's a great deal at $49.95 because together these two already cost $60, and I'm thinking about the speculative stocks that are, this is a significant amount of energy that I need to go through, that I need to use to go through several hundreds of stocks per day and narrow them down to just the best kind of setup. Alright, so that's it for this week's recap. Again, head over to Master Charts Trading, sign up, and have another great trading week. Bye-bye.